live, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, everyone, to our stream. It's really nice to be here. Bobby, how's it going?
It's going great.
Good, good.
It's nice, crisp morning for me.
Sorry, what?
I said it was a nice, crisp morning for me, and then I realized it's not Saturday, it's Friday.
That's right. We are on our Friday schedule finally. And so welcome everybody who's here. Say again.
And then Nick is here, Spin is here.
Right. Everyone, wait, Nick is here? I don't see Nick in the chat. Uh-oh. Don't tell me we have another problem with the chat. Nick, are you there? I see Kevin's beard. Wendy is here. Hi, Wendy.
Wait a second.
I don't see Nick. Nick?
Indeed, I see Nick, I see Spin. I didn't see Kevin's beard, though.
Kevin's bread, sorry, and Wandy Superfan are here, but I do not see Nick. Is this a conspiracy? And I have the Restream chat is selected, and I do see Twitch and our 2 YouTube channels, but I don't see anything from X. I see Soshi the Yoshi. Do you see Soshi the Yoshi? Okay. Nick is here. I see Nick. I see Nick. What's up? What's up, Nick? We're just making sure everything works. By the way, can you hear Bobby okay? His audio's okay?
Testing.
Yes. They're saying yes. Wonderful. We had a few issues around audio today. A few issues is an understatement, is it not, Bobby? Yeah, I think so. Cool. So, oh, Crazy Auto says Bobby is very quiet.
Again?
Are we having?
You guys can hear me. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, look, mine is the only thing I could do at this point is turn mine down. But the problem is I've literally never changed my audio volume ever.
Right.
So
is it any different when I just jacked it up to 5?
Hold on, I'm going to grab the audio level meter so it's not in the Zoom window and just take a peek at it here. So I'm coming in at -5 decibels. Bobby, say that exact sentence.
I'm coming in at nothing. Yeah, no, it's okay. Maybe if I do this, is that any different?
A little bit, yeah.
Better there. Okay. Well, we'll just leave it at that then.
Yeah, I mean, you're still quite a bit. Oh man, there's that crazy noise I'm hearing in the background again.
And if I mute it, it's gone?
I don't hear it now. So maybe you need to get like a button on your Stream Deck. Oh wow, it's really bad now. Now it's gone. Maybe you need to do like a talkback mic on your Stream Deck.
Is there any difference now?
It's fainter. Oh.
That's just bizarre.
Sure.
I mean, I guess I could do this. Any difference? Any better?
I don't hear any noise.
Okay, we'll just leave it at this then.
Okay.
I'll just...
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. All right. I'm just cutting all volumes as well on my end just to see, is it something? Yeah, no, it's definitely coming from. Now, let's see here. Yeah, it's coming from you. I've confirmed that now.
All right, well, hopefully this will be better.
All right.
If this works any better.
All right, well, guys, I'm so sorry about the audio if it's not perfect.
We'll work on it. I think it should be okay.
All right. All right. Let's.
I think we're good to.
We're good to go. All right.
Today's outtakes and artifacts.
That's right. We're doing outtakes and artifacts. Are you guys excited?
I'm excited.
Cool. Maybe while I'm grabbing some of this stuff, Bobby, can you try to set up a talkback mic on your Stream Deck so that you mute yourself when you're not talking?
I can just mute.
Yeah, that's great. Just because, like...
Are you hearing any noises right now?
No.
Okay. I switched it to something else, so it should be okay. If you
Okay,
have any problems, let me know and I'll
I'll let you
start
know.
muting.
Okay, very
Okay.
good. Um, so yeah, today we're doing outtakes and artifacts.
Right.
and,
Outtakes and artifacts. You
and
want to explain what the artifacts are? Well,
well,
we all, we all know the outtakes.
we all know the outtakes, right?
Right.
The funny part is, as you know, Bobby, my memory, I have a horrible memory. Like really, it's really bad. I literally can't remember a single artifact that I found. And I'm getting the noise, by the way. Um, and because I knew I would forget, I made a folder called Super Rare Artifacts. So I have it right here, and I have everything that's possible. So now, not all of this is going to be exciting to you guys. Some of this might just be like boring, um, but some of it's pretty freaking unbelievable, including.
Are these like sketches or like
Wait
random
for it.
pieces?
Wait for
Oh,
it. We're going to have the first artifact. That is me whistling,
um,
whistling the melody. I remember so well that Yas said to me, I want people to be whistling it in the shower after they play. And I remember messing around, but I also remember whistling a few things. How incredible of an artifact is that? Is that not
so
already
you,
worthy?
you went to the studio and
That's
did this real
right.
quick. You just like, I don't want to forget this, or
That is correct. I literally went to my 30 years ago archives from that is literally, I can give you the timestamp when that was made. May 8th, 2001. That's the timestamp at 9:33 p.m., no less. Is that not an incredible artifact to start things off?
right?
That is me humming. No? I think it's amazing, but all right, fine.
So,
Tell me.
do you think was that the original idea, and you said to yourself,
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna just record this real quick so I don't lose it. It's 9:30 at night. I'm tired today. Or
No, I think it was
where do you
more,
think it came from?
yeah, I think it was much more deliberate than that because you have to understand, you know, they were very particular. I mean, all Japanese companies are extremely particular about, how music is done. I'm working with a Japanese gentleman, Yasunaguchi, and he was very particular about the music. And so I probably sent him a few ideas, and he's probably came back and said, well, just think of it like after you play the game, you'll start whistling it in the shower. And that made me think, whistling. Now, more than likely, I probably did it on piano and then tried whistling. I honestly, for the life of me, cannot tell you why I made this. That's the truth. I would love to be able to say, well, yes, it was a chilly May night, unseasonably chilly, and I was sitting there in the studio,
Right.
and there were cosmic pack angels surrounding me, and they were everywhere. They were all around me. Pack inspiration. I was surrounded. And then in the depths of my soul, I began to whistle. Yeah, I'd love to be able to say that, but but it's not romantic at all. It's probably I tried, and then maybe after the meeting with Yas or Glenn, when they mentioned whistling, probably I probably looked at my top three contenders, and then you know, um, probably tried whistling a few of them. This is the only sort of worthwhile one that I felt was really good. Let's just
Yeah,
see.
I mean, it was
It's
the one,
it's a pretty good one.
right?
Let's see. Recognize that? That's the original arcade.
Yeah.
So this is me working things out in Whistle. Guys, these are amazing artifacts that I found. All searching through, trying to find interesting things for the, we're getting the noise again. Maybe just always mute. I think it's probably best for now. So yeah, I did that as a way of, yeah, I just wanted to try and come up with some interesting things. I've also found artifacts, the original demo files from my original DAW back then. I haven't opened those up and I haven't really jumped deep into them, but I have found them, and that's pretty cool. Now, let's see what other interesting artifacts have I found in here. Let's see here. The original WAV files of the original arcade Pac-Man, which was pretty amazing to get a copy of that. And there's a couple of, wait a second. There we go. These are the original sounds from the arcade that were given to me. And these are from, that's Chomp Chomp. Oh, my butt bounces in there now. So these are also kind of interesting things. The original Pac-Man arcade music. That's the original, guys. That was sent to me by Namco. So that's the original from the arcade.
And they sent that as a wave, right?
As yeah, exactly right. AIF, which is the same thing. That's just the theme. Yeah, but this was all given to me. And yeah, I'm not going to open that can of worms. Fine. Anyway, so then what I have are this is like kind of the origin story, if you will, of the theme. This is the origin story. Let me see if I can just boost the levels here. You guys recognize this already? This is the origin story of how the theme came together. This is a very early version of the theme. This was from September 17th, 2001. So literally 6 days after 9/11. I mean, it's insane when I think about it. You know, I was supposed to fly. I had tickets for September 11th, 2001 to fly from LA, and my flight got canceled, obviously. And actually, I spent almost like 3 hours on the phone with Glenn, the producer. We were just in shock together. We just couldn't believe it. Anyway, life goes.
I was going to go to World Trade that morning.
Really? Wow.
The night before, I went to Empire State with my girlfriend, and I was looking at the buildings, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to cut class tomorrow, and I'm going to go to World Trade in the morning.
Wow.
And because I'm not really a morning person, I just woke up and went to class because the dorms were right across the street from the school.
Right.
And yeah, I was walking to the thing. I'm looking. I'm like,
so we were.
Somebody had thrown a cigarette into like a trash can because I couldn't understand how big the buildings were.
Right.
And the building looked so close.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The scale of it
couldn't sink in really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were both like almost. Well, not almost there, but yeah, strange stuff. Anyway, going back to this, yeah, like this is the origin story you're hearing right here. This is an incredible artifact. Just that. And this is before I put any of my personal David Logan drum samples in. All right, here is an early version. This is the approval version of the ghost level. Check it out. Oh, by the way, yes, AIF means audio or Apple interchange file format. Somebody was asking what an AIF is. It's the Apple version of a dot wave, basically. So pretty much the same thing. All right, here we go. Here's the original. Oops. So, what are we thinking here? Do we get a round of applause for these artifacts? Are they amazing?
Yeah, they are. I'm just trying to figure out which one I like better.
Well, yeah, you know, like this is not bad at all. It is. Especially this part here. You see, Bobby, it's really interesting you say that because what we were talking about before with counterpoint and about Bach, when something is composed well, let's say, well composed, it will literally sound good in any arrangement. It's almost impossible for it to sound bad. And the thing is, this is literally one of the best themes I ever wrote, in my opinion. It's quite really solid. So therefore, it would sound good in any arrangement. Just about we could do. All right, another artifact. I think I played this before. This is the original ocean music. That was the my original idea for all the ocean world, right? And it was rejected. Namco rejected it. They didn't like it. They said, no, it's not quite right. And as we all know, this is what we got instead. This is the real ocean music, right? So it's really interesting how some of this stuff turns up in the end, you know? So yeah, I mean, those are basically my artifacts, but I thought they were pretty good artifacts. I thought so anyway.
Yeah, it's always,
tell me.
You know, seeing into the creative process and seeing all the things that get left behind.
Right, on the cutting room floor.
To see those things again is a lot of fun and
it is
a lot of insight.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, it's like what they say, what got left on the cutting room floor, right? So, and this refers to the editor on a major picture working with a director cutting scenes out of a movie. And then like, we don't need that. So you just leave it on the cutting room floor. So these are literally, this track was left on the cutting room floor. I love this track, by the way. I would even argue this is like a main title theme for Pac-Man World 8. Don't you think? I think it's worthy of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I also gave a lot more thought to this idea of not being able to compose like I used to compose, you know. And I realized something important about the Pac-Man World theme music, the original music, is that it outlined simple chords. So so simple. So the chords, for anyone curious, just G to C. F major to D7. Literally, it's 4 chords. 4 chords. And that's it. It's the simplicity. And I think that, you know, in some of my other attempts, oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you for, Bobby was like working behind the scenes there, being a director. No, angle 2, angle 3, angle 8. So anyway, and by the way, you know, in the outtakes, I think we found like some, I think they were like the ballad versions, we called them. We heard them before, but let's listen, because I think they're absolutely hilarious to listen to. Hilarious, not in a mocking way, but
We called it the sad Pac-Man. Right?
yeah, right. We called it the sad Pac-Man or something like that. Yeah. Let's go over here. Outtakes. There we go. So let's do this here. I've got a bunch of outtakes. Let's just start cycling them off. All right.
Sure.
Let's just see what we get here. Some of them might be boring. I'll go through them relatively quickly because I don't want to, like, you know, overdo it here. This is one of the early, pretty close versions, actually. Yeah, I think this is pretty much the version. Yeah, also. Yeah, also. Also. So many versions, like 100 versions of the outtakes. Okay, so guys, this is a really important artifact. This is an alt version of the Pac-Man World 2 theme. It's the same theme, but listen to how different the percussion is. Better? Look how different the percussion is. So different. Let's see what else. This is a tuba. In the original, there's a bassoon, or a contrabassoon, actually. There was never a violin. Never. So this is a really interesting process that I'm working out, right? Like I'm trying a violin. Does the violin work? Can the violin exist alongside everything else?
All submitted to Namco?
All submitted. Everything, most everything was, yes, submitted to them. Mm-hmm. This is an early version of the boss. Very good. Now, this is the interesting part. Well, yeah, it's a lot more aggressive, but remember the original right here. Right? That's what the original music was, but here, this is the boss. Very aggressive. Now, if you listen carefully to the descending woodwinds, listen. All that part they wanted. They said, oh, we like that part, which is why you hear that in the final, but you don't hear the aggressive brass in the final. They said, can we replace that aggressive brass with the theme? This is another great example of how I worked with the production team to finalize and realize the soundtrack. You love the more aggressive track, but I feel the lighter final version. Yeah, I would have to agree with you on this. Those woodwinds, oh, right, yeah. I will have to get back to you on that. I do believe they are, it could be Peter Sidliacek orchestral colors, maybe. I don't remember exactly. I'll have to get back to you on that, though. Anyway, have I missed anyone else in their questions or chat? Anyone who, and thank you, Newman from Pac-Land. I'd say they're very good artifacts. Thank you. I thought so. All right, let's move on. Another version of the boss. Let's see how this is doing. Too much the same. This is a really early version. No, it sounds the same. I don't know what's different. Interesting. How many versions of this did I do? Ah, there it is. The happy version. And then I go to this bass line, right? So I replace the aggressive. Which also made it into the final. How many versions of the boss do you need? Oh my God. I think this is from Snow Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. Very different. Oh, really different. So cool. All right, I'm not going to hear 100 versions. Here we go. Pac-Man ballad. Sad Pac. Boo-hoo Pac. This is when Pac-Man lost all of his yellow dots that he collected. He lost the whole collection, and he caught no ghosts that day. Poor Pac-Man. He lost all the dots. He caught no ghosts. I have no idea why they wanted me to do something like this. Let me check here. Yep, this was from them. Because whenever something is an approval, meaning they've never heard it before, I always put a small letter A at the very end. A for approval, meaning they haven't heard it. As soon as it gets a different, like a name associated, this is called the pond. That's at that point they have asked for it. How funny, no? See, this is like an in-between. Pretty cool. I don't think there's an early version. We'll see though. Oh right, this was the alternate Pac-Man theme that I thought was amazing, and they rejected, completely rejected. You will not find this anywhere in Pac-Man. You almost exactly, Spin. That was almost the Pac-Man World 2 theme. It was between this and what they chose. They chose correctly, by the way.
They did.
They did. There's no question. But there's something to this theme. I really think it's a strong... So earlier, Bobby and I were talking about counterpoint in music. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to show a little bit better, a little bit of kind of how thematic composing works. And I'm going to do my best anyway. Let's see here.
Show your keyboard? Okay,
yeah, of course. My bad. Thank you.
Right, let me switch you over to full screen.
Hey, Playboy's here. So watch what I'm going to attempt to do. So I'm going to go back, watch. Bobby, specifically, did you catch that? Are you there, Bobby? Can't hear you.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So look, I'll do it again. This is counterpoint. Ready? Sorry. Oops, sorry. Bobby, did you catch that?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
That's counterpoint. That's real counterpoint. Right. That's real counterpoint, where there are two distinct melodies happening at exactly the same time. So we had the first melody. Right? And in between that, I'm playing. Right? So we get together. Oops, sorry, let me go back here. My bad. Now that's just my first attempt, my first try. But that's certainly, it's a very good example of, whoops, there we go. A good example of managing two melodies at exactly the same time, right? Because you can remember this. And you also know. And so we can actually splice them together. Now, a more effective counterpoint, by the way, would be something a little bit more probably like this. So let's try one more time. It's in the wrong key. That's why I'm having a hard time. Do you see, instantly, we don't need to play the full Pac-Man melody. We just need, right? And you immediately, you can then, so Bobby and I earlier were talking about counterpoint and thematic writing. So I'm just trying to explain something to him about I'm just improvising, but you recognize, because that's the end of the melody. And look how that actually just worked. I played it over and over again. So I guess, yeah, I'm not sure what the point is. Well, it's more to follow up with what Bobby and I were talking about earlier. It's yeah, go on.
Speaking of which, though, the Witch's Brew.
Oh yes.
That you use.
Right. We got to talk about that.
The chord progressions. Go ahead.
So yeah, we are going to switch gears, guys. Completely switch gears. I was working on a project that is sort of like a witch's brew type of a situation. And well, Bobby might have already given it away, but it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But the point is, I want you guys to listen to the melody, in particular, listen to the melody and see, does it sound familiar to you? So let me start it. Let's listen to the whole thing. Shall we just listen? Let's listen. You guys recognize that? You should recognize it. And you know what? I screwed up even worse because I was going to play you. That was my personal version. I screwed it up now. Here is what I sent to the client. And as I composed it, I realized, oh shit, that sounds a lot like something I wrote before. So when I heard specifically this part, that's awfully close. And then I thought to myself, just do it. Just do a version, a personal private version, and do the Pac-Man. And I did. Do you remember, Bobby, when I was telling you recently on this thing, I was having a really difficult time with a 3-part harmonization?
Right.
This is it right here. And I'm still not happy with it. So it just, you know, composing, guys, is such a weird thing. It's such a weird, yeah, what can you do exactly? Spooky is reborn. Oh, stop it, Playboy. I'm not a genius. I mean, I won't stop you from saying I'm a genius, of course, because I have very low self-esteem. So when somebody calls me that, I makes me feel better. Anyway, I really appreciate that you would say that. I don't think I'm a genius. I think I have techniques that I rely on as a composer that I tend to use a lot. And I think that in this particular situation, think about it, it's witch's brew. That's the sort of idea I'm trying to encapsulate. So spooky, the haunted boardwalk, Ghost Island, same world. So it's not unusual. This is like a Viennese waltz. You know, it's a really.
So how much of that is David Logan's voice? The whole thing. Huh?
I would argue. Yeah.
That's why that's what makes you, right? That's
partly
your sound, your voice.
Look, first of all, I mean, it's a fantastic question. It's very important to understand that nobody has ever really written anything original, right? The Beatles built on the backs of, you know, all the great blues artists and rock and roll artists. They were influenced heavily by Bob Dylan as well. The Beach Boys, you know, they influenced each other, in fact. Nobody does anything alone, okay? Blackbird singing in the dead of night. There's a great interview with Paul McCartney saying there was this piece by Johann Sebastian Bach that I used to play. John and I would play when we were kids and we learned it. And if you listen to him playing it, you hear Blackbird. In Bach, you'll hear Blackbird. So, you know, no one does anything in a vacuum. Everybody is always taking from somebody. So, for example, these chords. I didn't invent this chord progression. I never like this has been around forever. Look, who wrote this line? The answer is nobody wrote that. It's just how a million rock and roll songs ended. Who wrote this? No one. That's me improvising. So the point is, guys, there are certain things that exist. They're called line cliches. Beethoven used this chord progression. This is from Bach. Anyway, it's not the point. The point is, look, there's a little bit of Danny Elfman. I think we can all agree there's some Danny Elfman in this the spooky theme. But in the end, yeah, it's me. It's how I hear music in my own head. And melodically, you know, so let me see. It's so hard to explain how it works, guys. The way a composer thinks and the way people sort of connect the dots. But the chord progression for that particular piece of Pac-Man, I'll spell it out for anybody that wants to go try it at home, okay? G minor, bum, ba, da, A7, ba, D7, ba, da, da, back to G minor. Then G7 in third inversion, la, da, la, da, to C minor in first inversion, then ba, da, da. So, oh dear, let's see. Here, I'll just say the chords. G minor, A7, D7, G minor. G7 third inversion to C minor first inversion, C7 in first inversion to F minor, then F7 in third inversion, and then it becomes a pattern at that point. You can repeat the pattern. So those are the basic chords. There are variations, but the core chords, G minor, A7, D7, G minor, G7 third inversion, C minor first inversion C7 to F minor, and from there you could go F7 in third inversion. It becomes a cycle. So again, it's very difficult to kind of explain the way composers think, but that whole idea of inversion, because inversions are like new chords. So many people think like, oh, I have 7 chords in a diatonic system, actually only 6 because the diminished hardly works for anything. It's a passing chord. But no, you have to understand that, look, you can literally go from what's called the tonic chord which is your one chord. I'll just keep it simple here in C minor because people understand C. Look, I'll just go from tonic to dominant. You can literally repeat this over and over, and it feels like different chords every time. That was literally the same two chords over and over again, but using different inversions. First inversion, second inversion. I didn't even get into the third inversion. By the way, third inversion occurs only on 7 chords. So if you're talking about, let's say, whatever, C7. In first inversion is this. So root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Okay? So little theory lesson as well. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody, the how I composed and then realized I had used the same chords from Pac-Man World 2. Now, this idea of using and like what are called passing tones and third inversion dominant chords, like this goes back to Bach. This goes all the way back to Bach. He was the original genius that started all this stuff. He was the original, the irreplaceable genius. I want to drop in and thank you for your incredible work on this game. Oh, thank you, Mikey. It's wonderful to put a face to the name that defined my childhood. Hey, Van, thank you. Thank you for dropping by, and I really appreciate your comment. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, you love your theory lesson. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that guy, I don't even remember his name, who was calling me like names and saying I didn't know anything about music theory and all this stuff. I'm just like, dude, man, if you know even 2 of the chords I talked about tonight, I'll be impressed. If you even know what inversions are, I'll be impressed. You know, it's like, anyway. So there's also something called secondary dominance, which I'm definitely using. There's something else called modal interchange, which is where you borrow ideas, or you borrow notes, excuse me, from other tonal systems. This is a very common theme. And by the way, Pac-Man uses modal interchange, and I'll show you exactly where. Here's where Pac-Man uses it. So if we're in the key of G, you have this F sharp. There's no F natural in the key of G. It doesn't exist. So in Pac-Man World 2, we have a G chord. We then go to C. And then we go back to the G. Here's the modal interchange. We're going to F major, which is not a part of G major. It's not. It's F is a different chord. The chord built on the 7th degree of G major is F sharp. So if I was staying diatonic, in other words, if I was using all the keys only in the key of G, this is what Pac-Man World 2 would sound like. And then but because the 7th degree is this F sharp and the chord built on it is the diminished, but I don't do that. I do, so instead it would be So there it is. That's what it would sound like. That's exactly what Pac-Man World 2 would sound like. But I borrowed from F major. And that's part of what makes, I think anyway, makes that a very melodically pleasing, because we're basically borrowing a chord that does not exist in the key. It's in a different key, right?
Yeah.
And not just that, a lot of people, don't really understand this whole idea of the circle of fifths and why we use it. Again, hey, we're talking about theory. Why not? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so
Hey, Dave, before you start that, there's a quick question.
Yes.
Do you know who did the original voice for Spooky?
No, I don't know who did it. So I did the processing on the voices, but Super 78 sent me the voices recorded, so I never knew who did them. No, so unfortunately, no, sorry.
And you were the final say in the mix, right? So
Correct. Correct. And Namco, of course, Namco as well.
Yeah, right.
So I would provide them the final post mixes, and then they would say, well, for example, originally the voice of Spooky, I'm half of the voice of Spooky. And I say that because originally he was like, let's get rid of these Pac people forever. And then I added the scary effects came from me. So I made him sound more menacing because that's what Namco said. I finished the mix. They're like, yeah, but Spooky doesn't sound right. Is there any way we can make him sound more menacing and scary? So I went into the studio. I used my H3000, which is sitting, that actual unit right there, that's still in my rack. And then let's get rid of those Pac people forever. So there you go. So I say I'm half the voice of Spooky.
Pretty good.
Yeah, well, fun stuff. So look, here's the circle of fifths. For those that don't know what this is a tool that composers often use for them to help as a visual guide, basically, when they're navigating compositional spaces. So if we look at the key of G, right, and we look right next to it, very closely related is C. So, which is why when we go to C on this chord, it sounds very pleasing. Why? Because it's right next door, right? We go back, and then we go to F, which is not, it's all the way over here. All the way, well, it's over here, it's 2 spaces over, but that's why it works. It works because it's close by. It has enough notes that are in common with G. Now, what do they have in common? Well, they're 2 keys that only have 1 black key on the keyboard. So, for example, if you look at the key of G major, one black note. F major, 1 black note. So each of them only has 1 black note. What that means is they're like cousins, guys. They're cousins to each other. They're close enough related that they can go together. Which is not to say that you couldn't use things that are farther away. You certainly can do that. But this happens to work very, very nicely. They work very nice together. They play nice together, if you will. So does that make sense? I hope so. I hope I explained myself well enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What is the perk sound you used in Treewood Forest? I like how whippy it sounds. Well, there's a ton. Sorry, and then also, did you record? Yeah, I did the yawn. Probably yes. Yeah, the snoring and the yawning. Like when he comes out and he's like, Yeah, that's me. I did. I'm pretty sure I did that. All the things of Pac, because they didn't hire anyone to do Pac-Man sounds, and that's when they called me and they said, "Can you do the snoring and any other Pac-Man sounds, basically?" So if he's yawning, I think it's in the cutscene after the intro cutscene, right? Like right before gameplay, with Professor Pac, and the story of Pac-a-Lot, and where he first comes out and he's like, yeah, it's probably me. I'm almost like I'm 95% sure it's me, because I know I did the snoring. And it would make sense only that, I have a distinct memory of doing the snoring, because I remember I was using kind of a cheap microphone and I remember doing it, and I put it in and I was like, oh, this sounds great, man. It wasn't even a cheap, well, it wasn't a cheap microphone. It was an SM57, which is not an expensive one, but it is one of the greatest mics ever made. It just happens to be cheap. So when I say a cheap mic, only by cost. You have never heard a record in your life that didn't use this particular mic. Like every Metallica record, they use this mic. Whenever you see anyone playing live and they have that sort of microphone with the ball on top of it, that's the SM58, which is the same thing with a spit guard, so the singers don't spit on the mic too much. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yes. So, Yoshi, I'm pretty sure. Let's put it this way. There were so few sounds that Pac-Man made that I'm just using my deductive logic skills here. If they asked me to do the snoring, they then definitely asked me to do the yawning. Yeah, I'm so almost 100% positive. So, yeah, probably it's me. I'll tell you what, if we go listen to it and then I do the yawn and it sounds exactly like me, then it's probably me. So I didn't hear you, Bobby. Sorry.
Oh, I said, then yeah, it's you.
It's definitely me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, that's kind of all for that. I was really, oh, right. Treewood Forest. Sorry. So as I was mentioning, there are so many sounds in Treewood Forest. Let me do this. I'll do two things for you. Number one, I'll go and open it up so I can actually really accurately tell you, or at least more accurate. I'm going to open up the logic session right now. And while we're waiting for it to load, because it will take some time to load, let's listen. I'm going to listen and just kind of get a taste for it. And by the way, I know many of you have requested that I listen to Re-Pac and compare it. Guys, it's depressing. I got to be honest. I don't want to do it. I love you all, but I just don't love you that much. I'm so sorry. It's depressing, you guys.
We did that, though.
We did a couple. People were asking me, next week, can we do reviews again and compare? We did just a few of them. We didn't really go deep. And I don't want to do it, guys. I literally want to forget the entire thing. I want to just forget it all. It's like a bad nightmare. They didn't do a very good job. They didn't do a bad job. I'll say they did not do a bad job. It's not bad at all. But it is not even close to where I think it should have been. So I don't want to do it. Let's listen to Treewood for a second. Unless, Bobby, were you going to add something to it?
No, I was just going to say that there's not much to listen to.
Yeah, they used AI stem splitter and fucked up everything. That's it.
Right.
Done. There's your comparison. Oh, I like that rhythm. That's dope. I'm being satirically ironic. Satirically ironic. I know he loves the brass. Of course he loved the brass. I'm joking. All right, let's do this. I have pulled up the actual session here, Spin. So what I'll do now is I will share the screen so you can see everything. And let's go through it. So, of course, there's your beautiful brass right there. I know you love the brass. So, now, by the way, I believe this is my Matthew Brooks. Yep. So this is the famous trumpet ince, or instrument. So this is my good friend Matthew Brooks, and I sampled him. So he was a great trumpet player. So that's him playing the trumpet, and I'm sampling it, of course. Now let's get to your question. First of all, kalimba. I have no idea what kalimba this is, honestly. Let's listen to the second one. I have no idea what they are. None. Marimba. Again, I have no idea. This is probably Miroslav, the marimba. The World Shakers is from the original Sample Cell 2 factory library. Oh no, sorry, this is not World Shakers, it's my DAW. This is my personal shaker. It just is incorrectly labeled. So let me correctly put a correct label on there so I don't make that mistake again. Okay, so we're gonna label that correctly. Oops. So this is from the private sample library of me. This is from the Sample Cell 2 factory library. This is from the Steve Reed percussion library. As you know and love, this is the Craze Drum Distorted Reality. This boom is most likely the Miroslav orchestral bass drum. No, this is boom 1, also from the David Logan private sample library. This was, in fact, you know what this is? The very first sample I ever made. That's the first sample I ever made. And what I did is I took every single tom-tom synthesizer sound that I had, and then I sampled it all and then pitched it down. Anyway, this is from the private library. I think the Dal Samba requires no introduction, does it? But do you recognize the rhythm? Probably not, because I'm rearranging all of the samples to make a brand new rhythm. So I'm not using it the way I played it originally. This is called recycling. So you can see everything's in a different order here. So the original was bap bap boom, bap ba da boom, bap bap boom, bap ba da boom. And this is, okay. Then we have, this is the private David Aaron Logan hi-hats. This is the private David Aaron Logan rim shot or rim click. This is the private David Aaron Logan kick drum. In other words, my own drum set, me recording my own drum sounds. And that's it, man. Spin. That's all you got. That's all you need, really. So that's what's making all these jerky rhythms. is almost always the Miroslav timpani, pretty sure. Yep, this is this. No, no, no. If it's INS, it's usually either my own private sample or it's from, no, but it's all uppercase. This is definitely Miroslav. This is Miroslav. Please verify that. Spin Music knows more than I do. He's amazing. He's like, nope, actually you use the 1080 pipes on this track, not on that track. He knows everything. So we'll always ask him when we're not sure. So I hope that answers the question for you, Spin. The craze drum is most likely the whip sound. Here, I'll solo the craze drum. Where are we here? Craze drum. Oops. Here's the craze drum soloed. In general, if it ends with INS, it's either my own personal private library or it's the sample cell 2, because INS was the extension for the sample cell 2 instruments, not officially. It's what I did. I would call it either .ins for instrument. So I think it was the official extension. You have to understand, on the Mac, we didn't officially use extensions. Not in OS 9. It wasn't until OS 10 that we officially used extensions because, well, they're very valuable. The reason, if you're wondering, we didn't do that is we had a resource fork and a data fork. So the resource fork would tell it, hey, you're a sample cell file. So we didn't need an extension. It was built into the file, right? And the reason that was so cool is that it would know if you had a JPEG, you know, you could add in the resource fork, not only are you a JPEG, you should be open in only Photoshop. So you could edit the resource fork. So it was kind of cool. It was a kind of cool way of managing files. And the crazy part is all those files now on my server, I have a Unix-based server, or Linux, excuse me, Linux-based. They all show up as terminal, as executables, like Unix executables. So they all open up in my Mac terminal. It's kind of funny, actually, because they didn't have any, a lot of those old files did not have any extension on them. Even on the Mac, sometimes it freaks out. So anyway, so yeah, I think, are you saying, Spin, that .ins was the official sample cell 2? I'm not misremembering. Is that even a word, misremembering? Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but let's...
Is it a Bushism?
Is it a Bushism? I may have misremembered whether or not the the sample cell 2 file. I may have misremembered. I'm not quite sure, though. That was my best Bush impression. How did I do?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. 7 out of 10, maybe. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Anyway, so I don't know, guys. I think that's probably a wrap at this point. We're and by the way, if you're wondering why are they not wearing their why aren't they wearing their shirts? If you're wondering this, why are they not wearing the shirts? So Bobby and I talked about it. Number one, it's winter in Italy, so it's freezing, so I'm really cold. So it's pretty hard for me to go in a t-shirt, okay?
Right, it's harsh out here in LA too.
It's harsh in LA, so yeah, especially at night, it cools down out there, really cold. So we're cold, and that's why we're not in the Pac-Man shirts. I guess I could wear it under the hoodie, which, by the way, I'm showing my true Canadian pride here, you know, right? Just saying, represent Canada. But on a on another note, Bobby and I have been talking about slowly transitioning this from a live stream into more of a podcast format. And what we want to start doing is maybe bringing in other composers other than Bobby and David Logan to sort of join the, well, we could do a Pac-Man World 2 sweater, but that's expensive, right, Bobby? That's a little.
Sounds like a good idea. I mean,
Should we do it?
like,
You know what?
I
If
think
we
so.
could do zipper hoodies, like zip up in the front, like what you're wearing, with a nice Pac-Man right over here.
That'd be pretty cool.
Can you look into it, Bobby? See, Bobby can do anything. He's amazing. He's like a whiz, a genius whiz at everything. Anyway, we were thinking about this, about slowly transitioning into more of a podcast format. Not much would change other than you would be able to have access to other video game composers or not video game composers, other people in the industry, and just hear perspectives that is not just of Bobby and me. You know, we thought it'd be kind of interesting. You know,
Right.
do it. Wait, the sweater or the podcast? Both, maybe both. Excellent. Well, anyway, this is what he and I have been talking about. So, oh, I have another idea. We usually decide what we're going to do on next week's stream this week. So, Bobby, I thought instead of doing it after we end the stream, let's do it on the stream and see what the people say. So,
Sure.
many things. One of the things I said to Spin was that we could, and maybe we do this as a segment, as an opener. I said that I would go through every single Pac-Man track and tell him precisely, because he's building this beautiful spreadsheet that shows every single file that I used on Pac-Man World 2 and which library and who made the library. You know, is it from Spectrasonics? Is it from, you know, Sample Cell? Is it from, what's it from? So getting a lot of noise. A lot of noise. Really. Did you guys hear that noise, by the way? It was really quite loud. Anyway, yeah. So basically, maybe we could do that as a segment, like when we start our thing. So Spin, you're usually here at the beginning, right? Because usually the first 15 minutes is kind of slowish. So I think that'd be a perfect time. We just start off immediately. So do we want to start with that for next week? We can start doing that as our opening segment. So maybe write that in the notes, Bobby. And then maybe we can, I think we should try taking out an ad and just seeing, you know. How about we do this, a full episode of just exposition of which sample libraries were used. Maybe we just do the whole thing on that. Let's do that. And we're doing it for Spin. We got to do it for Spin, because he wants to know. And then why don't we take out an ad this week, like tomorrow or whatever, and see what a week worth of ads does. Do we increase our numbers at all? Because if all of a sudden, what? I was just going to say, if we go from 270 subscribers, which is where we are now, and then we find we get 100 additional subscribers as a result of spending a couple bucks on ads, seems worth it, no?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, everybody out there, all the people, Yoshi, Spin, Jasmine, M160E, everybody out there, do your part in spreading the word, please. Tell your friends to come to the stream. Post in the Pac-Man forum about this stream. Help us out, guys. You know, we love you. We want to grow the stream, make it more, you know, interesting. We love how it is now, but we think it could get even better, especially when more and more people become aware of the stream and we start turning it more into a podcast format. We could attract other composers, right? So help us out a bit, yeah? And tell people. And then I'll be there. I'll try to help to promote. Thank you, Spin. And I'm sure you're probably sick and tired of me doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. Do me a solid. And oh my gosh, it's asking me to log in just to send a chat. That's incredible. Wow. That's craziness. Now it won't let me chat. Why? Oh man. So we got to test chat. We got to add that to the list. Make sure my chat is actually functioning because I can't send chat now.
Sure.
Yeah, that's really oh, it's asking me to go to actual restream to log in. This is craziness. All right, so we got to check this, man, because this is kind of craziness, no? Free plan. It switched me from organization to individual just now. So you know what we can add in there? I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I would not make this up, Bobby. I swear. You have a look on your face like that's impossible. No?
No. It's not impossible. That look was directed towards the Restream people.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Getting this shit together. So.
Yeah. And now guess what? I think I'm back. All right, I'm back. There we go. So if you guys can also check out my YouTube channel of my release of my album, Play With My Heart, send my link tree out to your friends. I know. You know what it feels like, Bobby? It feels like the equivalent of digital begging on the street. Spare any change? Spare any change? Spare any change? Can you spare any change? Can you join my channel and can you like and subscribe? Spare any change? Spare any change?
Yeah.
It's the digital equivalent of begging in the street. That's literally what it feels like.
Right.
Anyway, so I think that's it, guys. If you can all, try to help me grow the stream, help Bobby and I turn this into more of a podcast, attracting a little bit more people. Help me out by growing my channel, listening to my record, listening to me sing my songs. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Anything else? Anyone else have something to say before we wrap up so we know what we're doing for next week, right, Bobby?
Right.
Sample exposition. What sounds were used for Pac-Man World 2? Look, creatives don't shill their own projects enough. I got to agree with you on that. I guess if I was super desperate, I would tell you every 15 minutes, join my channel, like and subscribe. Yeah, I mention it once at the very end. And I think last stream, I did not mention it maybe even once. I don't know. I don't remember. Can't wait. David, Jasmine, you're going to make me cry. So sweet. Thank you, Jasmine, for saying that. I absolutely love helping and sharing. It's why I teach. I don't teach because I need the money. I teach because I love helping people. So yeah, it comes from a very honest.
The reason why we want to bring in more people is to bring more information and.
That's right.
People who are here to learn more and.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well said, Bobby. Yeah. So it's a real pleasure for me. I love sharing. I love sharing information. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for saying that. It never hurts to be appreciated by someone. So thank you. I appreciate your appreciation. All right, guys. Well, then I think that's it. I always feel bad because after I stop the stream, there's always like 3 or 4 people that say, see you later, Logan. Thanks a lot. Bye. And then I can't really, I guess I could chat back. The chat probably is, I don't know if the chat's live after you stop streaming.
I think it stays up for a very brief amount of time.
Okay. Guys.
I think it disconnects, but,
The official, the stream is officially ending now. I'm going to do my signing off routine. I'm just letting you know. If you want to say goodnight and goodbye, I love all of you. Be authentic. Do everything with love. Pack love. Here's a lot of pack love. Here's a lot of orb pack love. We got orb pack love. So we got everything here. I hope I don't get banned from my own channel for spamming everybody with the, because it's a keyboard shortcut. I think it saved lives live for a bit longer. Take care, guys. See you next week. Take care, guys. See you all. Personally, I don't understand anything, but I appreciate the patience with which you give the tips and the feedback. Well, thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Either way. Farewell, fellas. no. Do you guys remember the Noller coaster? You're probably too young to remember that. The Noller coaster was one of the first memes on the internet, right? So when Vader realized he's killed Padme, right, and he wakes up, and Palpatine, he says, "What happened to Padme?" And he says, "It seems that you killed her in your anger." And he goes, "No!" So the Noller coaster was like this GIF of a bunch of people on a roller coaster. And every time they kind of come around, it'd be like, "No!" You had to be there. You had to be there. Bobby's old enough to remember the Noller coaster, right? Yeah. Millennials will remember it. The Gen Zers might not remember the Noller coaster. It's a real thing, though. Look it up, the Noller coaster. It's hilarious. Anyway, Jasmine, are you aware? Oh, you know what? Sorry. Are you aware, Jasmine, that we have started a Discord channel? Or not started. We have been using again the Discord channel. So if you need a dose of, David Logan, if you're feeling down and you just want a little pick me up, come by, chat, and when I see it, I'll reply. Okay. Seriously, guys, I really genuinely, I really want to help people. I've always wanted to help people because my whole life I've always felt helpless. I mean, that's the truth. And so, let's see, Discord is taking forever. Oh, there we are. Good. And so as a result, I try to be as helpful as I can be to people. Okay, let me move. Oh God, I have too many windows in front of me.
The Nightbot frequently posts it. I can post I can copy paste those.
I was just going, I think I got it now. Okay, great. Wow. You see, Bobby's amazing. He can do everything. So, anyway, so if any of you need a little pick-me-up, a little bit of Logan positivity, join the Discord, join the chat. I am trying harder now to answer in the chat more often. I do my best when I can. Feel free, guys, to join the Discord. Come hang out, say hello, join any discussions. I already see I'm behind on the discussions. I already see people we're comparing various pictures of Pac-Man, Spin, and all right, cool. And then a couple people have joined. All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. So anyway, you can come hang out on the server if you like, and I'll always drop by and say hello. But I think that's it for now. So again, thanks everybody for showing up and hanging out with us and putting up with our cheesy sense of humor. Sometimes we have a pretty cheesy sense of humor, but no one's perfect, right? All right. Well, like I always say, I think the purpose of life is to find some purpose in life. And I think the meaning of life is to find some meaning in life. So guys, take care. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. And next week, we will reveal all sound sources. Well, for as many levels as we can get done.